So my name's Pascal. I'm a business consultant here with Symmetry. The idea today really is to show off some of the features of bluQube 4, some things you may or may not be familiar with, and how we can use bluQube to make our lives a little bit easier. Now, the first thing we notice is a clean layout, user-friendly field, how easy it is to navigate around all the different modules in our home screen here. Our dashboards, as well as the screens across the system, actually offer drill down functionality. We can click through to navigate to the next level down. And furthermore, if we want to, we're trying to give users just a nice snapshot when they log in, the important stuff, you know, the things that they're really interested in, to save them having to go through and actually take the time to run a report. It's just a nice place to be. It's a nice, happy, shiny, dynamic system. It's a nice place to be. We make it very easy for people to sort of find their way around if they need to come in here and look for a particular area of the system. Journals or something, they can come in and look for it in there. They can go and hunt for documents, invoices, orders, that sort of thing, using the document finder. And all of these, anything we sort of see here in the blue text is a link through to that particular screen. We can just click on it and it will take us right through to the in this instance, the journal entry screen. I can start creating some journals. It's really just about making users experience of the system as easy as possible, really. The layout of this bluQube help actually replicates the main system, so it's all laid out in exactly the same way. Just to make it feel that much more familiar, we can go through and we can do a search for a particular keyword if we like, such as journals, purchase order, and it'll bring up the relevant help screen. We've also got videos here, just short snippets just to help you complete a task. I always like to think that if you get stuck in bluQube, if you come into the help area, there's so much information that's been put in here by a support team that you can't go too far wrong. And it's really only sort of extreme instances that you need to sort of pick up the phone to Symmetry and sort of say, I'm stuck. I've not been able to work out a way to do something. So much information here to help users complete their tasks. Help your purchase team process invoices super quick by making use of this technology. Capture invoice image, line item details, values, and we can even go so far as matching to a purchase order if we want to, and going through and posting the invoice, sending it out on an authorization workflow. It becomes more of rather than a data entry task, it becomes more of a review task. That's the thing that is really time consuming, isn't it? Going through and entering everything sort of manually, picking a supplier, keying in an invoice number, and then going through and keying in line by line and all the values. If all of that data is already there and you're only going through and doing a visual check to the invoice image here, then that's probably more pleasurable work, and B, it's going to be a bit quicker as well, isn't it? So yeah. Debt management. So this is all about chasing outstanding monies owed to us by our customers. And there's a little bit of setup that I won't go into, but there's some setup which essentially just creates different debt actions, okay, that you want bluQube to take. And the idea is, rather than Betty, the credit controller, every day or once a week or once a month printing off her debtors report, going through manually and sort of finding out which invoices are overdue, who hasn't paid, and then picking up the phone and chasing, or manually typing out some emails and sending all those off, spending hours and hours and hours of her time doing it. We can do a little bit of setup in the background, and then basically have bluQube do all the hard work. We would basically just, however often you wanted to do it, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, come through and we'd follow our little sort of hand-holding wizard through the process, and it will look on the system. It's going to go through and ascertain which customers have invoices that are overdue, and then it's going to, based on the setup we've done, it's going to decide which action needs to be taken, and it's going to go through and automatically do the letters and the chaser emails for us. I mean, if you do this from start to finish, if you're quite sort of happy with the process, you could do this process easily in sort of 2-3 minutes. To be honest, it's really quick. And if you think you're going to go through and do that maybe once a week, like I say, there's a little bit of setup behind the scenes to sort of create some of these actions, and you can actually manipulate the email templates and the letter templates. You know, you can sort of tailor them, the wording and everything, so that it says, you know, so that the wording is either soft, you know, softly, or whether you're going to be quite brutal in your approach. You can sort of do all of that setup in the background, and then, like I say, you come through and you follow this little wizard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, and you're sort of done, really. Grid reports. These are our grid reports, and we've got you know, we've got these grid reports all over the system. Any transactional entry screen, so sales invoices, purchase orders, journal entries, they all start with this sort of this grid screen. You can tailor these screens to show the information that is really important to you or to a user. Anything you want to do in here, whether it's hiding columns, moving columns around, sorting them. Maybe you want to sort of just look at a particular supplier. We can filter just to look at a particular supplier. You can use all of these screens as your own little individual reports. You half the time you don't even need to go and run anything from the reporting area of the system. You can just make use in each of these grid screens. You can just make your own reports in here, you know, that give you the information you need, and you can do so much in here. We can download into sort of, you know, PDF, Excel, that sort of thing. If we want to, we can save the reports, so the next time you log in, it's kind of kept, you know, the layout's kept, those columns on the screen, you know, the sort of formatting. I mean, it works like an Excel. Really, that's the way I always think about it. The idea with these grid screens is that each transactional screen gives you the opportunity to create your own bespoke reports and really ensure that the screens that you use regularly are really tailored to your individual use. It's a very powerful thing. Now, speaking of reports, any of the reports in the system you can actually schedule. You hit the schedule button once, and then that's it. You know, sort of the reports will just run in line with the schedule as set up, and you'll just sort of find that these reports drop into your inbox. And I sort of think in terms of people, our customers doing their monthly management accounts, if they've got all these reports scheduled to land in their inbox at 7 o'clock in the morning, then surely they come in, they start their day, bang, all my reports are there, I can crack on. That's a really good time saver, I think.